Are the mainstream media changing their tune about Harry and Meghan? They promise a lot, but they deliver very little. Are the mainstream media changing their tune about Harry and Meghan? It's a really great observation. You've got the Wall Street Journal recently, Bloomberg, and now Rolling Stone magazine saying that Harry and Meghan are currently in their flop era. I just think that people are becoming more privy to the fact that the Sussexes have a hard time executing, and they promise a lot, but they deliver very little. And this is probably very damaging for Harry and Meghan's egos, but even more damaging for potential opportunities, because if you are in charge of a corporation or a business like Spotify or Netflix, and you're flipping through Rolling Stone magazine or the Wall Street Journal, and you're seeing a headline like this, you're going to hesitate to work with Harry and Meghan in the future. They have got to do something to change the narrative, and they've got to do it quickly, because it does seem like there's a pile-on happening. They've got to get some good news out there quickly, or the negative headlines will continue to flow. Rolling Stone went as far as to suggest that Harry and Meghan find their own Kris Kardashian, reinvent themselves over and over again, the same way that Kim Kardashian has. And that's got to sting, because we know that Harry and Meghan consider themselves, on a much higher platform than Kim or Khloe Kardashian. The Daily Mail is reporting that Harry and Meghan are blaming bad luck on all of their recent professional failures. Prince Philip, who at the time, I don't know if you'll remember this, sources close to the couple said they did not believe that he was ill, that he was not as ill as was being reported, that the palace was trying to divert attention away from their Oprah Winfrey interview. At the time, Prince Philip was, we now know, basically on his deathbed when they did the Oprah Winfrey interview. And now sources tell the Daily Mail that Harry and Meghan blame his ill health for the negative reaction they received to the Oprah Winfrey interview. They blame the Queen's death on why Archetypes, Meghan's podcast, didn't take off. And they're blaming COVID-19 for their lack of productivity. This is all very ridiculous, and it seems very callous. And if it's not true, I would hope that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex would release a statement to say that it's not true, because I think a lot of people are reading this headline and thinking to themselves, oh, I see who they really are now. And that is absolutely not what you would want as a brand, to look so cold, so callous, and so cruel. One response we're seeing from Harry and Meghan in regards to all of this negative press are paparazzi shots. Now, there are debates online happening whether or not these paparazzi shots are intentional, are staged. And this is something that happens all the time in Los Angeles. Let me tell you why. If a celebrity is trying to change the subject, if they don't like the headlines that are happening around them, they can pick up the phone, call a photographer and say, just catch me coming out of this gym. I'm going to look amazing. And now I know that the Daily Mail or whoever's going to publish this photo is going to talk about how great I look. I'm in the best shape of my life. And now you're no longer talking about my breakup with so-and-so. So it's a pretty calculated move that happens almost every day here in La La Land. So people are suggesting that perhaps Harry and Meghan had some photographs of them taken in Montecito over the weekend, both in relaxed outfits, to change the narrative, to shift the narrative. They were holding hands, they were smiling, they looked blissful, they looked at peace. The objective being to change the narrative that they're in the middle of this chaotic brand breakdown. And why fans really believe that this could be the case, that this would be a staged photo, that this would be a set up photo, despite the fact that Harry and Meghan hate photographers, hate the paparazzi. The photographer that took these photographs over the weekend is named Carl Larson. And Carl reveals on his Instagram page that he's friends with Meghan Markle. So it's odd that somebody that would openly discuss a friendship with Meghan Markle would get candid photographs of Meghan and Harry out in the world, two people that are hardly ever photographed out in the world. I mean, it's convenient, right? But what is so ridiculously wild about this is that Carl used to host a YouTube show with Thomas Markle, Meghan's estranged father. So it's like, who is the contact here? How is he involved? This Carl guy, how does he know anyone? It's all very strange, but that is why some might suspect that Harry and Meghan could have set up this, this photo shoot, that they could have set up these pap shots. They look happy, they look blissful, and it doesn't look like there's chaos going on behind the scenes. And that is what they want the world to think is going on right now. So perhaps they did. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. President Joe Biden is expected to meet with King Charles finally. It's not an official state visit because those take up to a year to plan. All the bells and whistles, the beautiful ceremonies, the delicious meals, that takes a long time to prep for. So they're calling this a mini visit. And this is newsworthy. This is a big deal because President Joe Biden skipped King Charles's coronation. A lot of people were disappointed by this. Although a president hasn't attended in recent history or at all, I think people thought this was a missed opportunity, right? That President Joe Biden attending the coronation would have been a historic event within itself. He did send his wife in his place, but there were rumors and there was gossip about why he didn't attend, because in his autobiography, he revealed that his mother didn't think very highly of the Queen, insisted that he not bow to her, because of his Irish background. And I believe it was his mother or his grandmother had refused to sleep in a bed because the Queen had slept there before. So people wondered if there was animosity between Biden and the King. My sources tell me no animosity when it comes to King Charles. He respects the president of the United States. So I do think that a lot of people will be watching this weekend to see how they engage with each other and to see if we get any good God Save the Queen man sound bites from old Biden.